Hello there, it's time to give away some free editing. As most of you will know, I'm not just a writing coach. I'm also an editor, and one of the things I do a lot of academic editing, copy editing, proofreading. But when it comes to fiction, non-fiction, I focus mostly on developmental editing, so more the substantial content edits of the work. And I'm giving away for this week. I'm giving away two of my services. I was going to say packages, but I think that just because I've been talking to Ashley so much about the packages she offers as a VA services, and that is the outline critique service that I have, and I'll go into that. I just recently added a series service to that because I've had a lot of this is one of my most popular services that I offer, and there are so many people who ask me, okay, can I do this for because of like the what I offer is for a standalone novel or a standalone nonfiction project, and they ask me, okay, can I do this for a series? And at one point I just decided I'm just gonna add like the same service, but just expand it a little bit so that there's more room. So I have an outline critique service for series now as well. Okay, so what is an outline critique? Outline critique, the service is actually for people who are not pantsers, so who don't fly by the seats of their pants, as how we call it in the writing business, but are more plotters. So they outline their story before they actually write it. If they are going to write a trilogy, or it doesn't need to be a trilogy, it can be any kind of series, like 5 books, 7 books, whatever you want. They plot it beforehand. And what I do is, before they start writing the first draft, they come to me and they ask me to give a very close reading of the outline that they did. So what I do in that, within that service, is I look at the outline, I look at the plot, I look at the setting, I look at the characters, I look at the plot twists that they're used, and I just check whether it all makes sense. I check whether there's any place where the story might need some extra layers. Like if I see anything that I'm like, this is interesting, but if you connect this to this, then there's an extra layer to the story, and you can actually use it then. If you reveal this particular plot twist, you can use that in your reveal. So basically it's me making sure that before you even write that first draft, your outline is as solid and complex, yet makes complete sense, like goes from A to B to C, in a way that is logic for you and will be logic for the reader once you get all the words done, before you even start the writing process. So there's not much to say about what an outline critique is. This is what it is. It's me editing your outline. You're just you setting up your story before you write the story. That's what it is. And I'm giving away two. So I'm giving away a basic outline critique for a standalone novel. So that is what you give me. How that works is you give me a very elaborate outline up to 10,000 words, and I look at that very critically, and whatever I come up with, I will sketch my initial impression. I will give you inline comments, anything that I see, anything that I feel like could be developed better. I will comment on. I will ask you questions. I will ask you questions to make you dig deeper, to really bring the story out. So there's one, I give away the basic outline critique for the standalone, and then there's the one for the series. That one is slightly you have, instead of 10,000 words, you have up to 17,500 words to write that outline. Maybe give some character sketches so I can look at that. Anything that you prepare on beforehand, before you start writing the novel, I can give a very critical look at, and make sure that we develop that before you sit down and get the writing done. So that's what it is. It's very simple, but it's some. Actually, I have to admit, that I've had a few clients who used to be pantsers. So we call, like, just for those who don't know the difference, or who don't know those words, or who have heard the words but aren't sure about it. We tend, like, there is a huge gray zone in between as well. We tend to differentiate between plotters and pantsers. Plotters are those who, before they start writing a novel, they plot it out so they know how the character, more or less, like some people plot very strictly and they don't divert at all. Others do a more open plot, like they know more or less how the characters go from A to B to C to D. They know what happens when, sort of, but they don't know the details. And then there are the people who just sit down, have no, maybe they have a slight sense of where they're going to end up, but they just sit down, they have an idea, they have a scene in their head, they just start writing, and they write until they reach the end. So there are different ways of doing this, but this particular service, like I said, if you are a plotter, if you can become a plotter, it does speed up the writing process, especially if you want to make writing into a career and you don't want to waste time on just writing the book by the seat of your pants, and then in the end realize, oh yeah, so this doesn't work, oh, I lost a thread here, this doesn't work, oh, the character just that there, and oh, I thought they would end up with this person, but now they end up with this person, so then this particular plot thread doesn't even work anymore. That takes a lot of time. That is fine if that is your process and your aim is not to publish your books faster. Don't worry about it. Like, if this is what makes writing fun for you, if this works for you, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you do want to become a faster writer, being able to plot, to outline your work before you start writing it, is a very, very useful skill. So, and I've worked with writers who used to be pantsers, want to become plotters, so they use this service just to see if what they came up with was solid enough to start writing the manuscript. So even if you are a pantser, but you're like, I really want to try to write a plot one day, you could also like sign up for this, and I can help you with that as well, and just give you some pointers on how to really create a solid, as solid as you can at the time you're at right now. So yeah, don't think it's just for people who already plot. It's also for those who feel ready to take that leap, so to say, and try if they could plot their stories. But like I said, like if pantsing is your thing, don't let anyone tell you it's not. It's a bad thing. It just takes longer. That's all. So if you have time, if you're not in a hurry, don't worry about it. But if you do want to speed up the process, and you want someone to look at your plot outline before you start writing, this is your chance to get either the standalone one or the series one for free. And I've been doing this for 11 hours in a row. Do not remember the rates that I use for that. I think the series one is 365 euros. Let me just look that up. Look at me. This is such a professional. 11 hours in, and I'm just okay. Yes, I was right. The outline critique, the basic outline critique for series is 365 euros usually, and the basic outline critique for standalone 265. So that's where this is the most expensive giveaway. This is the most expensive thing I'm giving away today. I just realized that. So take your chance if you wanna try this. It's like I said, it's one of my most popular services, and I love doing it. So just go to the website, like I said before, in the description, sign up for the giveaway, and let's see in a week or so whether you won. After this, 2 more videos to go. In an hour, 50 minutes, I will talk to John Robin. So John Robin from Story Perfect Editing. We just had Greg from Story Perfect Editing, and I'll be talking to John Robin next. So stay tuned for that if you're still awake. And it's just over 9 p.m. here. And John and I will be talking about this absolute amazing service that Story Perfect Editing offers. So we'll be talking about. See, I completely lost like cannot speak anymore. I've talked too much today. Okay, let me try that again. I'll be talking like John is offering a discount on their premium blurb package. So to writing the back copy of your books, and I know so many writers who are so terrified of that part. So John offers for this week an amazing discount on their premium blurb package, blurb writing package. I think I need a break, so I'm ready to talk with John. I'm just glad John is going to do all the talking. Just know that the funny thing is, if you do get the discount, you get to work with both me and John because we do this together. This is actually something that we do together a lot. The blurb writing, Story Perfect for Story Perfect editing. I do some of the blurb writing, so you get to work with us both. Probably. If you get this, if you decide to take this offer. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now and take a little break and have my cup of tea and then just refresh myself before I lose language altogether. Oh, it's been a very long day. Okay, see you in 45 minutes.